Hi, I'm Andrew Warburton, the Property Advisor. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to pay your house off faster in 3 simple steps. You might be on the edge of refinancing. Before you do, I want you to consider, do you want to refinance or do you want to pay your home off, or a combination of both? This is the stuff I wish my dad had told me when I was young. So I hope that you're young watching this and you can take advantage of the banking system rather than the banking system taking advantage of you. This is one of 5 videos on whether you should refinance or not and what to do to gain wealth through property ownership. Would you please take the time to subscribe, go to the corner of this video, and we will notify you each one of the 5 videos that comes out. Please don't miss out. So would you go again and subscribe? We would really appreciate staying in touch with you. Click the thumbs up down below and pass us a comment, and we will be glad to answer your questions. Now, let's go to our question of this video. How do I pay my home off faster? What are the 3 secrets that my loan officer isn't telling me, or that my bank isn't telling me? When was the last time you walked into your bank and they said, "Excuse me, sir, we'd like to tell you how to pay your house off faster. Please come over here"? Never, 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 never. Because the banking system works by you not paying your home off and by constantly trying to save $200 a month on a refi, because on mortgage loans, most of the interest is paid up front, not on the tail end. So they want you to refinance before then. So now I'm going to say to you, do you want to pay your loan off? Do you want to retire sooner? Do you want to go traveling sooner? Or do you want it to last longer until you're 80? Let's look at these 3 secrets. When you start to pay down your loan, I want to give you 2 alerts up front. Number 1, make sure you in writing tell your servicer, I am sending you an extra payment. This is what I want you to do with it, pay off principal. Otherwise, they will put that extra money into a suspense account. They won't do anything with it, of course, because they want to collect their interest. And secondly, if you have high interest rate consumer debt, make sure you pay that off first before low interest rate mortgage payments. Now, 3 simple methods to pay down your loan and save years and retire years earlier. Number 1, simply make 1 extra monthly payment a year. If on a $400,000 loan, your payment's going to be around $1,800 a month, you pay an extra $1,800 at the end of the year, and make sure you write to your servicer and say that it's to principal. Second, because I know a lot of people are thinking, oh my gosh, where do I come up with $1,800? Second, you can actually switch to what's called a bi-monthly plan. So you pay half your mortgage payment every 2 weeks. Well, if you hadn't noticed, there's 52 weeks in a year. That means 26 times, because you pay every 2 weeks, you will make a mortgage payment. 26 divided by 2 is 13. So you're going to pay 13 full payments a year, which once again, you've made an extra payment, but just simply by paying a mortgage payment, half of it every 2 weeks. About 80% of services will allow you to do that. Make sure you speak to your servicer first. Here's my favorite, coming up right now, my favorite, okay? Every month, take your mortgage payment and add on. If it's $1,800, $150. You add on $150 once a month, just $150. That's one night out with your kids. Do one night out less a month. $150 a month. That's 1/12 of your $1,800. You've made an extra payment a year. Now, what that does, because a lot of people come to me and say, Andrew, if I make $150 a month, $1,800 a year extra payment, after 10 years, that's $18,000. It's much, much, much more. Because at the same time, you're making your $1,800 payments every month. About 80% of that is going to interest, because that's the way the banks load the systems. And about 10 years in, 50% of your payment is going to principal. So the banks want at all costs to refinance you before you are 10 years into your loan. Do you want to retire at 50 or 60 or 70? Every time you reset your mortgage, you reset your amortization chart. Every time you do that, you pushed your retirement off 10 years more. So I'm going to show you how the numbers work. On a $400,000 loan at 3.5% interest over 30 years, okay, so 400 grand, your payment's going to be roughly $1,796.18 a month. You will pay off your loan. If you borrow in 2020, you will pay off your loan by 2050. So take your age today, and maybe in the comments below, tell me what year your mortgage will be paid off. 30 years from now will be 2050. If you make an extra $150 a month, you will cut 4 years off your loan. So instead of 30 years from now, you can retire 26 years from now. Do you want 4 more years fishing? Do you want 4 more years in the RV? Do you want 4 more years with the grandkids? Then forget about the guy who can drive the ball 200 yards, who says he can get you a low interest rate, and think about what's best for you. Because what's best for you is to use the banking system against them and pay your loan off quicker. If you pay that $300 a month that I suggested right here, okay, it's equivalent to 2 payments a year. You're going to pay off your loan by 2043. That's 7 years faster. Do you want an extra 7 years retirement? Do you want an extra 7 years? Or you want to make the guy with the long drive and the fancy hairdo some more money to get another car payment? Or do you want to retire early? This is the way to retire early. Now look at the math. Stay with me. This is a pay down, and I could spend a long time on this, but I'm going to do it very quickly. This is how pay down works. If you start with a $400,000 loan right here today, okay, $400,000 loan, we know it's going to take 30 years to pay it off. After 5 years, you will have reduced your mortgage balance to $358,000. After 10 years, you will have reduced your mortgage balance to $309,000. Not bad. That means 10 years from now, you'll have $100,000 of your loan paid off. Plus, your asset will gain about 3% a year on average. You'll have a chunk of change. But look at this. If you pay this $150 extra per month, after 5 years, your note will be $348,000. Just after 5 years, 10 grand more. After 10 years, $287,000. I want that siren to go blah, 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 okay? $287,000 if you'll make an extra $300 a month. So you bought your home at $400,000. You know, by that time it's increased in value, and I'll give you those numbers in a minute. Look at one more with me. If you make the $300 a month extra payment, after 5 years, you're going to be at $338,000. And after 10 years, you're going to be $265,000. And you know what? After 10 years, your loan officer is going to come along and say, I've got a great rate. I've got a great rate. You're going to say, no, go. Because I just made myself $135,000 by paying an extra $300 a month. And to finish the video, guess what? And I need to put my glasses on to tell you this. If you put in 3% growth of your property per year, that $400,000 property after 5 years is $463,709. And after 10 years, it's $537,366. So after 10 years, with 3% inflation, you're at 537, you're at 265, you've got nearly $300,000 in 10 years. So you want to do that? Or the guy with the long drive and the fancy car, you want to make him happy by doing a refi and saving yourself $200 a month. You have to think very, very, very carefully. Now, whatever your scenario is, I promise that I will give you some tools at the end of this video. You can go to a website and calculate for yourself. You go to a site called amortizationcalc.com. And at that website, you can put in your numbers, your percentage rates, and see when you can be a free man, when you can be a free woman. Thank you for watching The Property Advisor. Please subscribe, and we'll send you the other 3 videos in this series. And I wish you all the best as you build your American dream.